one right at the base of the penis, or for women, it would be the Ovarian Palace. So ladies, if you just put your fingers in your navel point and put your thumbs in your navel point and just place your fingers right here. That point's called the Ovarian Palace. So we're looking at that point, or at the man right at the shank of the penis. And we have those energy centers moving around. When we start the orbit, it's almost like a ball of energy. So if you can imagine right at the navel point, the small orbit, that this is turning. So you imagine this ball's turning like this. It's turning. When you first begin, bring your attention, let's do it standing up. Okay, so my knees are bent slightly, my pelvis is forward, my tongue's on the roof of my mouth, and your fingers would be in Gamma Ling, or your hands can be just resting like this, almost like you're holding a ball of energy. And you imagine the small orbit that you're going from the navel point to the perineum, to the point right behind the kidneys. It's called the Ming Man point. And the energy is starting to travel around like this. So this would be turning. So this would be, actually my center would be right here, and this is moving around. So it's going navel point, perineum, Ming Man, and the energy starting to turn around. So now we have this energy circling. This is the small orbit, and I'm just getting this going. And again, I'm using my breath. I'm breathing down and inhaling and exhaling, and I'm allowing this to churn and turn. Okay, so when this happens, you start to get the energy pump going. So as the energy moves, you'll feel heat in your sexual, in your sexual center. You might feel some heat in your lower Tantien, right below the navel. You get that moving, and then you move into the upper orbit, where you're bringing the energy down the front and then up the back. And the energy, I can't reach that, and the energy goes around and around like a ball. So here we go. The chakra isn't like a little string, but you can imagine like a large river of energy. Energy just flowing down the front of the body, and then heat going up the back. And as that energy turns, what it does is it moves like a big cycle of energy. And as you do this, your energy field will start to get stronger and stronger. When it does, it pulls in more energy. So you're able to envelop and actually grind up and use energy, no matter if it's negative energy, if it's positive energy, whatever it is, you're able to take it in. Sometimes you'll go to the movies, and I've gone to the movies at a monster movie before, and at the monster movie, everything, the monster's coming, right? And you hear do 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 do, and then the music starts to get more intense, do 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 do, and then as the monster comes, just before the monster springs out, the music stops. And then all of a sudden the monster comes out and everybody goes, right? And they lose it. When that happens, people are throwing off a tremendous amount of energy. Energy is just shooting up. If you're doing the orbit meditation at that time, if you breathe down the front and up the back, you're able to absorb that energy. Sometimes the most spiritual places are monster movies, or if you go to the baseball game or the football game and the crowd just going, rah, and they're screaming and yelling. You can use the orbit at that time. You use the microcosmic orbit to grab and store energy and make your spiritual digestive stronger and stronger. So we want to work with this energy on a daily basis. Let's go over it quickly. You're going to sit down, feet flat on the ground, holding your fingers in Gamma Ling, tongue on the roof of your mouth on the soft palate, and you begin by breathing down the front and up the back. Now, let's say you want to practice on your own. So get something like a crystal or a beautiful piece of art and sit down in front of it, put yourself in your position, relaxing, and then start the breathing. And with your eyes open, you're going to watch that item and you're going to pull in the energy from that item. Start with 5 minutes and then build it up over a week to a half an hour of sitting with your eyes open. Your eyes may run and tear for a while, but it's no problem. They'll clear, and what you'll be able to do is sort of, it's called a configuration class. If you happen to be in Miami, I teach a class every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and I'll be glad to have you as my guest. Okay, it's Dr. Wu. Keep on practicing.